morning and welcome to FYI. We're going to be talking about Clinton's 4th of July celebration coming up a week from today, and we got two of the driving forces to this event, Dr. Angela Gabel and David Helscher. David, we've had you in the studio a number of times to talk about this event. Dr. Gabel, this is, I believe, the first time you've been in to talk about this, or am I wrong there?
Yeah, this is my first time in to talk about this event, yes.
I thought so. And how did you get involved with this?
Oh, goodness. Well, in 2012, when Aaron and Emily, the Land sisters, they both are married, but we all know them as the Land sisters, they decided if there was not going to be a festival or a celebration in Clinton, that they wanted to at least raise enough funds to have a parade. And so they asked if I wanted to be on the board, and I said yes.
So both of you came on board. It was 2012, you were telling me, when this first took place. So how have you seen this grow over what now will be the 12th year for this celebration?
13th year.
13th year, okay, that's right. Okay, so David, talk about that.
Well, we went from a parade to some bounce houses and kids' games and some live music, and now it's blossomed into wrestling and petting zoos and carnival games, bounce houses, music, parade, ball game, fireworks.
We also, the Clinton Parks and Rec does a wiffle ball tournament, a bags tournament, a volleyball tournament, so that all starts in the morning, actually.
So, you know, it is great to have that riverfront. Tailgate and Tall Boys was just there. Of course, we got the showboat. The ball club is down there as well. Talk about having this kind of a venue for this celebration. Dr. Gabel?
Well, sometimes I feel like it's kind of hard to fill. There's a lot of room down there. We were just talking about that the other day, strategically where we place different things. So every year we're just looking at what we can add, what we can subtract, what the community is asking for. So we actually have a couple of really exciting new things this year.
Okay, well, let's get into that.
Yeah. So
give me the breakdown of what the day is going to be like.
Okay, so I have it by time right here.
But you can go right in.
So wiffle ball, volleyball, and I forgot about pickleball. So wiffle ball, volleyball, and bags tournament is on the grounds right there behind the river, or the Lumber King Stadium. People can register for that by going to the Department of Parks and Rec at the Erickson Center. That starts at 8. There is a pickleball tournament at 8 o'clock also, and they can talk with the River City Tennis and Pickleball.
Just get in touch with Cindy Rashi.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then our food vendors will open up in Riverview Park at 11. We also will have an antique tractor show, and I think that they're going to be dropping off their tractor starting as early as 7 a.m. So that'll be fun to look at and watch. Then our parade will start at 1. Our national anthem will be performed at 2, and we're also going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll be announcing our dignitaries. Then at 2:15, I say give us 15 minutes to get all that started. We'll open up the bounce houses, the carnival games, the petting zoo, and a couple of really new exciting things, but also music by Down 24. At 4:30, the Central Empire wrestling matches start. The festival itself will end at 6 o'clock, but there is a Lumber Kings baseball game against the Burlington Bees at 6:30. And per usual, when the game is over, that's when the fireworks will go off.
Or dusk, depending on
how quick that game goes.
If the game is over with at 8:30 or 8:45, there's going to be a little wait for the fireworks.
Again, we're talking about our 4th of July celebration. You know, you were going over some of those events, and of course, most of them have been there for a few years now. So talk about putting together, I mean, you want to keep the ones that are favorites of the people, but do you talk about maybe adding something new, something different?
Every year. One of our fan favorites that we have brought back several years in a row now is the wrestling. People just absolutely love that. But Dave brought in a couple of really cool things this year as a newbie. So if you want to talk about that.
One of the new events this year will be an axe throwing event. They bring in a caged area, and if you're 18 or older, you can throw an axe at a target. Now, in addition, they have a few other little things that go along that aren't necessarily age specific. Just trying to read through.
There's 4 hours. It's free axe throwing, and there are 3 coaches there that will help you if you need help with that.
But you have to be age 18. It's a cage, and so you don't have to worry about axes flying
I would think,
off
yes.
the target. If you have me throwing the axe, it's going to bounce any place but the target, and we'll get that operating. That's starting at 2:15 until about 6. And then we're going to add bounce houses back. They've been absent for the last 3 years.
Okay.
And we're bringing back bounce houses or bouncy houses. There's 5 or 6 of those for age appropriate.
Free carnival games.
Free carnival games. And then new this year is the dunk tank.
Yes.
So yeah, you wanted to talk about that. You need some people for the dunk tank.
So we have a couple of really awesome people who are going to start our day out in the dunk tank. I want to thank Mayor Scott Madison. He's going to hop in the dunk tank right at 2:15. So if you wanted to dunk your mayor, come on down. Now we're going to be raising funds for information referral assistance services that day. So a lot of things are free, but the dunk tank is going to be a pay per ball or so many balls, so that we can raise some money for that great organization for our Grand Marshal, Reagan Mickelson.
Talk a little bit about that Grand Marshal, selecting a Grand Marshal. How does that process work?
Well,
keeping with the theme of the 4th of July, you're looking at a community event and somebody that contributes back to the community and contributes to the country writ large. Past winners have been people involved in governmental, educational activities, civic activities. Reagan's name got brought up with our committee, and everybody looked at each other and said, great choice.
Absolutely.
So, of course, you two have been involved from day one, and I can't imagine it's just you two.
No, we have I call it a small but mighty board. We have people who have come in and out of our board. With the resignation of Ted Torno this year, Nate Vanderbleek has stepped in.
Good.
He's got some big shoes to fill, but he is doing a great job with that. So Nate's on our board. Charlene Nicolette from the Clinton Community College, Parks and Rec, all of the people over there are fantastic, and they come and they help as much as possible. Larry Witt is a retired, actually he used to be a disc jockey back in the day. Who else am I missing?
I think we've pretty much got, of course we have volunteers.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because you are in need of volunteers, right? And how can people contact you if they would like to help out with this event?
So we have a Clinton 4th of July Festival Facebook page, and that is the easiest way to get a hold of us. Just message me on there if you'd like to help out. What we're looking for are people to work either 2 to 4 or 4 to 6, and our big need is manning bounce houses. Just making sure that kids are safe in there. But that's what and a couple of people for the dunk tanks. So that'll be good. We have some really amazing volunteers that help out every single year. I want to shout out to the First Baptist Church. They are my setup crew. They are amazing. Pastor Lott has been amazing in the years past. I know he retired this year, but his crew is really helpful. They're usually there before me and they're ripping and ready to go. I also have the Clinton High School cheerleaders are wonderful for our carnival games. They come every year and help, led by Vicki Burns. And then our cleanup crew is Boy Scout Troop 22. And everybody just knows what they're doing, and it makes my job so much easier.
Isn't it great when you have, organizations like that who have helped you through the years, as you point out, they know what they're doing.
Yep, they do.
Absolutely. And we got to mention among the volunteers, the Clinton Fire Department and Police Department, who go above and beyond in setting up the flags and the street barricades and police the grounds as well, should there be any type of emergency situation. We've been lucky that those have been very, very minimal. Usually it's just somebody gets a little overheated and needs to just sit down in the shade and get a little water, or maybe take a few minutes in air conditioning in the EMS vehicle. But Without them, it wouldn't be possible.
Again, visiting with Dave Helscher and Dr. Angela Gabel on FYI. We'll be back with more after this break for the weather, brought to you by Electronics.
One of the nicest days in terms of weather this week so far is what we're tracking for your Thursday. Generous amounts of sunshine this morning, a few more clouds this afternoon, low 80s with low humidity. More clouds increasing tonight, temperatures dropping back into the low to mid 60s. With your Storm Track 8 forecast, I'm meteorologist Andrew Sutsky.
Right now, sunshine, 68 degrees, currently light east winds. Our update brought to you by Electronics.
Electronics Incorporated in Clinton is the area's largest communication and alarm systems company. Electronics offers best-in-class life safety, security, two-way radios, and communications equipment from top brands. Electronics, the company you've trusted for over 50 years, can now provide fire extinguisher sales service and inspections, plus kitchen hood inspections as well. Call 563-242-1223 or visit them online at www.electronicsinc.com for your free estimate.
Second half of the program, FYI, again, we're talking about our 4th of July celebration now just a week away. Dr. Angela Gabel, David Helscher joining me in studio. The parade, of course, is the big event. That's how this thing all started. Talk about the parade.
Yeah.
Well, the parade starts 1 o'clock. It starts on the east side of 9th Avenue North, wraps around Riverview Drive all the way down to 6th Avenue South. We lead off with the emergency vehicles, the honor guard, and then our dignitaries, which is our Grand Marshal, Reagan Mickelson, and then our button winner this year is Bella Fullen.
Fullen, yep, Bella Fullen.
And then our mayor,
Scott Madison.
Scott Madison. I'm trying to remember all of these names.
Yeah.
And then we have those people who enter the parade, which there's an application form that's available on our Facebook page. They line up on the east side of Roosevelt Street, going up north. And then we have 2 volunteers who have lots of experience, Dave Sebright and Jennifer Graff, organizing and bringing businesses, people that have old vehicles, have something of interest, the Clinton Municipal Band, just kind of whoever submits an application. There's no application fee. They just line up and we get them in the parade.
So how is the entries looking so far? I mean, walking units, you got to
So we've got some walking units, we've got some riding units. You can sign up for the parade up until July 1st. So sometimes we get, a lot of times we get a lot of late entries, but that's okay. This year it's actually an electronic form, so you can fill it out right from your phone as long as you have all the information of your organization, who to contact if we need to. The
people just line up along the entire length of the riverfront. It's amazing how many people come out for this event. It's great what you two people do and all of your volunteers and the people involved.
When you have about 100 acres of ground to fill, the size of the crowd is a little misleading. I would say for the parade, there's probably 2,500 to 3,000 people.
I would think.
We're guessing over the entire event. We've had estimates of anywhere to 5,000 to 7,000 people wander through.
I would imagine people coming and going.
Yes, coming and going. Sometimes it's weather. Several years ago, we had to cancel the parade because of rain, but then that disappeared and people came right back down. We got the music going and everything, and just a 45-minute, hour interruption, and people showed up.
Now, of course, there is no admission to get on the grounds, but money is needed to put this event together. So I know the button is one aspect that people can get involved, right? Mm-hmm. So how can they do that? How can they get some money to you folks?
Oh, goodness. Well, they could drop a check off at Clinton National Bank on 6th Avenue South and just write it out to the Clinton 4th of July Festival. We're always taking donations. We want this to be a mainstay. We want this to happen every year. We've already started planning for 2025. When you get so close to an event, all these things start popping into your head about what could we do? And obviously we can't get it done for this year, so we just put it in our pocket and get ready for next year.
And then the button, how did Bella get to have her?
Well, we submit or send out applications for area students in grades K through 5. Give them that Clinton 4th of July needs to show up. It has to have something to do with the 4th of July, and it's up to their imagination to come up with a design. And then we go through a couple dozen entries every year and select what we think is appropriate, meets the criteria, and will fit on a button so that it works. And Bella's design was selected this year.
So do we have a collection of all the buttons? Do either one of you have all the buttons?
We both have all of the buttons, and they actually, I have bags of them at the event. So if you want every single button,
Really?
you can bring me $5 and I'll give you a bag of them.
Well, there you go. That is great. That
And
is
then we have
outstanding.
in the downtown area, at least in Clinton,
Yep.
and a couple of different locations, little donation cans. If people want a button, they can get them in advance donation. You know, we'd like to say $1 or more, but any amount will be accepted. Of course, we've got to mention we have some corporate sponsors
Yes.
that make this possible. City of Clinton has been very generous in funding us the last several years, making it possible. This year we have our fireworks sponsor, which is Grow Clinton, and they made a donation. They'll be our fireworks sponsor. That I mentioned First Baptist Church. We've also got Citizens First Bank, Clinton National Bank, Custom Pack, First Gateway Credit Union are all donors, and a couple of individuals have also made substantial donations to make things possible. One of our donors sponsors the parachutists that drop into the ballpark just prior to the start of the ball game. So we have 3 parachutists dropping into the baseball stadium, one of them carrying the American flag, a big oversized. They drop in, again, weather permitting, and they wait for them to land and get off the field before they start playing.
Again, appreciate you both so much for coming in. Dr. Gabel, if you could once again go over what the entire day will entail.
Okay.
People getting involved, they want to be down on our riverfront for what now will be the 13th year.
13th year,
And
yeah.
it's going to be lucky. I know
It's going to be super lucky. We have all sorts of things happening from 8 a.m. I'm just going to run through the list in wiffle ball tournament, volleyball tournament, pickleball tournament, bags tournament. Food vendors will open in Riverview Park. We have an antique tractor show, parade at 1 o'clock, national anthem performed at 2 o'clock by 8-year-old Moxie Grace Strunk.
Oh my.
That's going to be after the presentation of the colors, and that is with the Honor Guard, the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 776 in Bettendorf, Iowa. They come up and present the colors for us. Then we'll have petting zoo, carnival games, bounce houses, dunk tank, axe throwing, kiddie tractor races. We have a couple of plastic tractors from Custom Pack. A musical group, Down 24, will be at 2:15. Central Empire Wrestling will be at 4:30. The closing of our festival is 6 o'clock with the parachutists flying into the Lumber King Stadium for the game at 6:30 against the Burlington Bees.
That is great. So if people would like to volunteer, again, if they would like to help fund this event, how can they best do that, Dr. Gabel?
They can reach out to us at our Facebook page, the Clinton 4th of July Festival.
All right. David, any closing comments from you?
We're
Again.
looking forward to seeing everybody down on the 4th. I looked at the long-range weather forecast. I'm not sure if it came from KROS or who we're going to blame if it doesn't happen.
Wait, don't blame us.
But it looks like it's going to be a picture-perfect day. What I saw was a high of 82 with a few high clouds.
All right, very good. Again, thank you both for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.